images that are edited on a disc for $150. Instead of all of those type of questions, we're teaching them what's possible. Because, like, for example, how many times do you have somebody say, yeah, I'm thinking about doing a few big prints for the wall, like a few 8x10s. And they like think that you're going to be like, and you're like, right? But they honestly don't know. So then when we start showing them, and we can do this through our blog posts, we do it through the product guidebook, we do it through the session premiere too, but all these different places where we're showing them and educating them and helping them see, here's what's possible, here's what we could really create. We could drag a couch on out, we could bring, you know, with my, a couple sessions ago, talking on the phone with her, she was real hesitant, like I could tell, you know, she was still really trying, it was like, oh, this is a lot of money, I'm not sure. And then I was like, so tell me about your family, and she had 2 young kids, and so I could obviously easily connect and talk about my 2 kids. I was like, okay, well, what do you guys do together? And I talked about being able to capture your favorite moment. Like, if you just had something, what would it be? If you could have anything captured that just, every time this is happening, you're like, this is heaven. Like, this is heaven on earth. What would that be? And so, you know, we're just talking about things, and she's telling me about, like, what they do and how they make cookies together and everything. I was like, okay, that needs to be our session. So we built this whole session around, we started in the living room, and I just had her get everything ready so she had all ingredients prepared and out on the counter and everything so it wouldn't take too long. The session was I was still in and out in 2 hours. And we did a full living room, made cookies, went out into the backyard at the playground, went upstairs and put the kids in the bathtub, and then they read a story on the bed with their little girl wrapped up in a blanket, and then that was the end of the session. And I was able to do it in 2 hours and create this whole, like, huge story thing for her because I kept asking questions. So I could tell she was real hesitant still, and so I was like, okay, well, and then I just started painting the picture for her. Here's what this could look like. Oh, and could you imagine? And then I was like, and here's how we get really big bubbles. And, you know, just telling her all this stuff and giving her these little hints. Now, the reality is she could have taken all those ideas and gone to someone else and been like, here's what I want to do. And it, you know, could have cost a lot less. But she felt convinced that I would be able to give her what she was wanting and really create that full thing. And so I was able to make the whole thing happen.
Did she love them?
Yeah. Yes.
I think I saw that on your blog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, yeah, she did. And it was really funny because the littlest one would not get in the bathtub. Oh my word. She was like that full on where they're like, you know, full spread, like, I will not touch this water, I will not touch this water. Like, would not get in. And she was really, like, upset that she couldn't get her, you know, the littler one in. And, I don't, are you guys like this? I always love when I kind of know they think it didn't go well. And I'm like, I already know I got him. And so I'm like, yes, I know I'm going to.
Gonna surprise them later on with that sneak peek.
Yeah, yeah, like the one that I just had, the one after that one, the mom was so worried that there was no good ones of their baby, and I knew I had at least one. That's all I need. As long as I got one for sure,
Especially a baby.
Yeah, and there ended up being 3 or 4 that were really good. And it was like, when we were having the session here, she's like, I was so worried. We've already talked about hiring you a second time and just paying to do it again because I was so upset with.
Like, oh, actually, it didn't turn out.
Yeah.
She really gets down there.
She was like, I was so upset about Elise and how she was acting, and you just didn't get to see her normal personality and da-da-da. And I was like, and then, you know, we start watching it, and she's like, oh, and then that immediately brought us up to a Canvas cluster because then we had enough pictures that we had to document everybody.
What do you set